What's up, putos? And you know, right before this started,
Casual gamer.
those wild talk about casual gaming, the definition, and who's wrong, who's right. Anyway,
Wait, where's my introduction?
this is Enrique. I'm Miguel.
Yeah.
And here's another week of news.
Yeah, this is the PutoTech show. Just in case this is your first time, NMF's Tech Podcast. And again, we're bombarding you with news again.
Not as much.
Is this not as much? This seems like a lot.
It's not as much in terms of topics, but I think in terms of how much we're going to be talking about them,
Okay, yeah.
I think
it
it's
still
a lot.
seems like a
It's a
lot
lot.
though. So let's get started. First up, I just wanted to give a heads up for anybody actually who might be interested. Blizzard just officially released Hearthstone. It's their digital trading card game. So if you know Magic the Gathering, if you're familiar with that, it's basically a digital version of that. It's a lot simpler.
So it's like, I don't play these games, but it's like, what were those card games? The physical card
like
games?
Magic.
Yeah, like Magic, but with World of Warcraft. I mean,
Yeah.
Warcraft.
The Warcraft universe. So the characters and the enemies and all of that. But it's also a lot more accessible. So even if I've never played a trading card game. I played Pokemon at one point. Like I bought some.
I never did.
I jumped
at
into
all.
this and played the tutorial, and I was in it. It's really simple, and it's free. So
A lot of parents are against, games like these because, the real cards, at least they cost a lot of money.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
And their kids end up spending so much. And of course, as parents, you don't understand these things.
Yeah.
The generation gap, whatnot. But you know what? I read a little bit about it. I never played, like I said. And I asked my brother who does play these games, and he told me, it's a lot of math.
It is.
It's crazy math.
Yep. Lots of thinking ahead,
And
lots
the
of
more
strategy.
the more you play, the faster you become at figuring out who wins.
Yep.
Because when you begin, according to him, you put the cards, whatever. It's you kind of compute, right? But them, okay.
There's like
right
a
away.
really high level of play there if you get really into it. But
So parents, please, if you don't, if you don't understand what's happening,
try it out. Tell the parents to try it hard.
either try it out, ask your kids, maybe play. If you think it's all about demons and devils because of what they look like and witches and whatever, and you're against that
My
that
mom,
stuff.
basically.
Yeah, just I guess give it the benefit of the doubt. Sit down, have some fun,
Give it a shot.
give it a shot, and
Yeah.
figure it out. If you don't get the math, then you know who's better.
It's also coming out PC, Mac, and eventually iPad. So you could also wait for the iPad version. So there.
All right.
So check
So
that out.
in the news.
This is weird.
Yeah, this is kind
very
of from
strange.
left field for us
Yeah.
because none of us are aviation experts.
I'm sure everybody has heard already that.
Yes, this is about the Malaysian Airlines flight.
Yeah, flight MH370.
Yes,
Which has been gone for how long now? I think it's been five or
that's
6
that's the
days.
part we want to talk about.
Yeah.
These days communications. We have all of these gadgets and I
Surveillance,
can
too.
I can check where my wife is right now with this phone.
Yeah.
Right. And I can't. It's so difficult for me to believe that a multi-million-dollar plane,
Yeah.
or is it billion? I don't know.
With nationals from all over the world.
Yeah, cannot be found. I mean, if it were a Cessna, a small plane for those that don't know, then fine. It would be difficult to find.
Yeah.
But this is a huge 777
Yeah.
Boeing plane. I just don't understand. Here's another
I don't
thing.
think anybody understands at this point.
Why is Malaysia? Sorry to the Malaysians. I'm not against you. Or
Why is Malaysia what?
why does it seem like they're hiding something?
It does. There were
news-
some conflicting statements.
The
and all
news
that.
coming from their side seems to change
Yeah.
every so often, and I don't understand. Are they hiding something? What's wrong?
Like they said, it went to this area, and they said, you know what, we made a mistake.
It did not.
And then we find out they went to the area to check.
Yes.
So like, why are they diverting people? Like what's
And
going on
and
here?
also, I don't get it. Really.
I don't think anybody does. Like you have all these experts weighing in. Everybody's throwing these conspiracy theories. There's one that's like maybe it was a nuclear explosion
Or a terrorist.
Or a terrorist. But then
The thing about the terrorist was brought about by the whole. There were two people that boarded the plane
Iranians.
with fake, stolen passports.
Yeah.
Now, a day or two later,
Yeah.
it was discovered that these two guys were trying to get away from Iran.
They were trying to illegally immigrate
immigrate to Germany.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was the only way for them to get out of the country.
Yeah.
By using, no, wait, they used their Iranian passports to leave.
I think they used the stolen passports.
No, they used the stolen passports to arrive.
Oh, okay. And to leave, they used the Iranian passports.
No, to leave Iran.
To leave Iran.
They used the real passports, if I'm not mistaken.
And to leave Malaysia, they
used the stolen passport. So, so that whole side of the terrorist
kind
idea
of been played down a bit, right?
It's played down, but they are still saying that no, we haven't ruled it out.
Yeah, I don't think they're ruling out anything at this point. Anything could. It's just so bizarre, right?
It's too bizarre for me because this plane is not old.
Yeah.
It has new technology in it.
And it's known for safety also, right?
It's a very safe plane.
Yeah.
The 777 has had a very, very good record so far, safety record.
What I did hear was normally on those flights, planes aren't in constant contact with the air control. Like there are periods when they're not in contact.
Yes, that's true.
And then I think what they call is the black box, where they have all the flight data. That's not connected in any way to the home. You have to have it physically there for you to find out the data, right?
But I spoke with somebody who might not want to be, mentioned. The black box is supposed to transmit.
Is it? I thought it wasn't supposed
upon crashing.
Oh, okay.
Or distress.
Yeah.
It's supposed to transmit.
So it didn't transmit anything?
No. Otherwise, they would have found it.
And there's also news that after they lost contact,
cell phones were ringing.
It continued to fly for 4 more hours.
It did?
Yeah, that's the last thing I heard.
How about the cell phones ringing?
I didn't hear about that.
Relatives. I don't know if this is fake or whatever, but relatives
they called the phones of their and the phones were ringing.
And the phones were ringing.
If it were to ring, that means it's not in the air anymore, right?
Okay,
That's
we
weird.
have to go on commercial break. We'll be back.
What do you think is ailing local football?
Well, politics.
Should athletes be endorsers?
Yes, why not?
Why did you refuse to be the Askel's head coach countless times?
I've been there, done that. Too much politics, like I said. Like I posted one time a few days ago, coaching is a thankless job. With what's happening with Michael Weiss, we talked about it already before, personally, one-on-one, and I said, it happens. And I said, you should know that because you worked also somewhere in other countries as well. There's no such thing as a permanent job in coaching, in any sport.
Why do you say thankless?
Well, you're only as good as the wins.
And then that's it.
Plus, of course, there are other factors like disrespect, honor, honesty, and all of this. Because you're just a coach, you're not the manager. You're not the association, you're not the institution. So you, as a coach, you're just an employee. So you're as good only as the wins that you have.
We're back, Putos. Anyway,
We're
we
really
had
going with that putas thing.
Yeah, we had a little bit of an audio problem with Enrique's mic, so we just had to fix that. Thanks for staying. Anyway, back to the Malaysia Airlines flight. Do you have anything more to add?
No, I think everything else would just be speculation.
No, wait, the cell phone.
Yeah.
The cell phones, it was ringing. I don't know if this is real or if it's a hoax, whatever. But if it is true that some phones were ringing, then
it's even more bizarre.
It couldn't be under the water.
Yeah. And it couldn't be high up in the sky.
Unless their phones had life.
I doubt it. I doubt it's that.
And signal wouldn't reach underwater, right? So I don't know.
We'll probably go back to this next week, maybe.
As we get more information, we'll let you guys know. Hopefully technology has something to do with it.
Hopefully they find it. Oh, right.
I really want to understand communications.
I forgot to mention, before we move on from the Malaysia Airlines thing, if you want to help, they're doing this.
That's right.
There's this crowdsourcing effort right now. If you go to Tom Nod, just Google Tom Nod Malaysia Airlines.
Can you spell that?
TOMNOD.
TOMNOD.
Yeah, just Google that. Is it .com? I think it's .com. But just Google Tom Nod Malaysia Airlines. It should take you to the right page. They're doing this crowdsourcing effort. They sent a bunch of
Satellite
satellites
images
in the areas that couldn't be reached because of the weather, or maybe they just didn't have enough.
So basically, people can they're crowdsourcing people to look for anything different.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Or maybe
In
plane
the
parts
satellite.
or evidence of the
Yeah,
plane.
and is there like a form where you can say, hey, in this area?
That site is designed for
that in
that
particular.
purpose.
Oh, that's
so
great.
I'm sure it'll work. So just look for Tom Nod
That's
Malaysia
great.
Airlines. Should help.
Hooray
In-
to those that made it. Technology to help.
Very cool. In other less important, important to some people, I think.
Important to gamers, I guess.
Important to
We're Going back
gamers.
to gamers.
Yeah, huge game came out. Probably one of the biggest games of the year. Titanfall came out yesterday, I think.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, we talked about this. It finally came out for Xbox One and PC, but overall the launch went smoothly compared to other games. But there was one period where Xbox Live, which is a requirement for this game because it's online only, it went down for I think
Oh,
more
well,
than 5 hours. And
who hasn't had that problem?
yeah, but the thing is with this game, there's no single player, so it's you can't play it at all.
Yeah, you
There's
can't log in.
You can't at all.
Does this remind you of a game that I was waiting for?
Diablo, right?
No. Sim City, man.
Oh right, SimCity.
Because I used to play Sim City when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
right? And I grew up playing Sim City 1, 2, 3, 4, and I liked how it taught me about cities and how things work, how things work with each other, and that things are important. That things that we don't mind on our daily lives, like
Tornadoes and
water.
earthquakes.
No, water.
Yeah.
Right? If your water utilities aren't well kept, then people are gonna start drinking polluted water.
Yep.
And then you don't think about that on a daily basis. But when you play SimCity, that's the thing. And so anyway, I was so excited about this whole SimCity thing coming to.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work.
Because I also tried to
I
play
bought it
during
on day
launch.
one.
Yeah, I bought it I think the first week. And
Yeah.
that had problems till months later. That was really one of the worst launches. Funny thing is, same company publishing it, EA is also behind it. So they've had a string of botched launches so far. There was SimCity
What I
and
don't
Battlefield,
get-
now this.
What I don't get is they know it's a server issue.
Yeah.
They know that they cannot cope with it.
Yeah.
Why don't they temporarily turn on servers for launch?
This one was a slightly different case. In those cases, they did just underestimate the amount of people. They said that, like,
Okay.
we didn't expect this amount, which is kind of crazy. For these ones specifically, they knew there was going to be a lot of people, and it's not EA servers, it's Microsoft servers. They're using their Azure dedicated servers.
Okay.
That's been online since 2011, but they've been using it for business solutions.
Yeah, which
that sort of thing.
which doesn't use up a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah, and now they're using that to power
So,
servers for the game.
So what was it?
It was on Microsoft's end. They had a weird outage.
So I would think that was a bandwidth issue. They
Could-
weren't able to,
It could be,
or
or
processing power. Maybe their
They-
servers aren't ready.
I think they have more than enough. I think just something technical that we probably don't know
Okay.
went wrong. But yeah, it didn't last very long. It was 5 hours. I was asleep, so when I got home, I played it. I was like,
It
oh,
was
this is fun.
working.
Went to sleep, woke up, it's fine. But apparently, people in the States specifically, they weren't able to log in. But now
They
everything's...
should move to the Philippines.
Yeah, but now I would no. Everything's fine now. You can play. And next one,
Okay, gaming, Flappy Bird.
game. You know what? We need to tone down the gaming. I've noticed last week. This
I know,
week,
but
it's like so much
I guess
gaming news.
it's the news. It's in the news, and aside from South by Southwest, which I'm not too inclined to talk about because
Yeah.
I honestly think it's just one big party,
It is
right?
a big party.
You don't really learn a lot about it. Sorry to those guys that are there.
But people that do go there, they
who
go there for
charge their companies.
the networking
airfare.
opportunities there. I'm sure,
Yes, it is, but
but it is one big party.
you
Yeah,
know,
I agree.
you can do your networking in a real conference,
True.
right? Which supposedly South by Southwest.
It's fun networking.
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, in the next gaming thingy we're gonna talk about, Razer announced new gaming laptops. Kinda want to buy one of these.
Wait, you skipped Flappy Bird.
Did I? No, it's before Flappy Bird.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Anyway, Razer announced these new gaming laptops. I think if you have the money, this is the gaming laptop to buy. I think, hands down, this is the gaming laptop to buy. Let me look up the specs really quick.
Why?
Why? Because, okay, first of all, it's expensive, right?
Okay, disclaimer, I'm not a gamer. I do play games, but I'm not hardcore.
Okay.
I do play games once in a while, just to pass time.
I'm a dedicated, hardcore gamer. I play games. Anyway, the 14-inch, the previous model, they were saying like, this is a good gaming laptop, but the screen's not so good. I think it was sub 720. So that was like one of the only complaints.
14-inch?
14-inch. It's a 14-inch. There are two. Anyway, there's 14-inch and there's a 17-inch. Let's start with the 14-inch. The 14-inch, the new one, they've upped it to a ridiculous 3200 by 1800.
Still at
IPS
14
display.
inches.
Still at 14 inches. So that's insane pixel density.
What's up with these weird screen sizes?
Resolutions? I'm not sure. They're
No,
all
sizes.
I don't know.
14, I mean, there's, right, it's 15,
I think
13, 15, 17.
for Apple.
I know, but prior to that, so there's 11.
But Sony's had 14. Razer's been doing 14 since the beginning.
14-inch LCDs are really old. I remember offices
Yeah.
used to have 14-inch LCDs, but
But if you've been paying attention to Sony's computers and a bunch of other manufacturers, 14 is not actually very weird.
what Sony's computers?
I don't. Oh, they're the old days of Sony when they had computers.
they no longer exist.
I know, sadly. Anyway, back to the laptop. Super high-res display. You probably don't want to play your games in that resolution. It'll probably chug.
You'd have
Everything would be small, and it
you'd
wouldn't
have
run
everything
very
would
well.
be tiny and
Yeah.
difficult to see.
But even if you were, the video card's really great. It has the new GeForce chip, the GTX 870M, 3 gigs of RAM. That's really fast. There's some benchmarks here. They say that it can run, I think, Crysis 3 and Battlefield 4 at Ultra at 1080p, 60 frames per second, which is the sort of thing you'd expect from a dedicated PC. All on a 14-inch laptop that's thinner than other gaming laptops and lighter.
Okay, at 1080p, does that mean? Wait, will the resolution change because you're not playing native resolution?
Yeah.
Will it be a little bit
No, because
smooth? Still smooth?
Still
Everything
smooth because I have this laptop here and it's like 2.5 something.
Yeah.
I play games 1080 or even 900 and they look smooth. It doesn't look blurred out or anything.
So you don't need to use the native resolution.
You don't need to
Okay.
because from my experience, not an issue.
Okay.
But yeah, the 17-inch is a little weirder. The 17-inch is actually weaker than the 14-inch. It has a slower GPU, which is kind of strange.
Okay, but how about the resolution?
Resolution isn't high res. So this
That's why. Because you don't need a powerful GPU to move less pixels,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So because the 14-inch
sense.
has more pixels, it needs a more powerful GPU.
Yeah.
Now, my thing is, I think the people buying the 14-inch models are not going to play on those displays.
Oh, you think they're going to be plugging it into?
I think they're going to be plugging it. They need more of the more
power.
mobile. They don't want to carry something super big.
Unless they have no choice. They're on
yes,
the go.
of course.
Yeah.
Which is
But exactly, you're right, because that's what I would have done with it. I wouldn't play on the screen, but I would hook it up to a TV at a friend's house.
In fact, with the power of these machines, then they're not necessarily just gaming machines.
Yeah.
I mean, they are branded. The position of the brand is for gaming.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing. They're also positioning as a work and gaming
there you
computer.
go. So like for 3D work.
Yeah, they're saying that you could
work.
use it for both. And it doesn't look as crazy as other gaming laptops, with the crazy emblems and lights all over the place.
Alienware.
Alienware, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the type that you wouldn't be embarrassed to take into like an office setting. Like,
Okay, but
very cool laptop.
There's
if I had the money, I would buy it.
There's no sign that makes it kind of look like.
It does have the Razer sign in front.
Yeah, but it's not.
But
It's not obvious.
It's a little
right?
more subtle than normal.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
very cool. If
Would you buy it?
Yeah, I would buy it. If you have the money to spend, obviously you could go cheaper and just build your own PC.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the money, you really want it in that form factor, I think this is the best. Probably the best looking game.
But if you were
gaming
to buy
laptop.
just one laptop,
That's a different conversation. I don't think we can have that right now. But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, next up, we don't really have to talk about this one too much.
yeah, it's just news. We just want to say it out there.
Yeah, Flappy Bird apparently
Might come back.
Might come back. But if it does come back, it's gonna have a warning now
Yes,
to remind people to take breaks while you're
rest
playing.
once in a while. And this is from Rolling Stone, right?
Yeah, he had an interview with Rolling Stone.
Which I liked. I read it.
I didn't read it.
I read the whole thing, and okay, I understand a little bit more of how it is where he's from.
Yeah, he talked about how he wanted it simplistic,
Not only that,
the gameplay, because of
he's a simple person.
Yeah.
And apparently, even if you're making a lot of money online, people wouldn't even know, right? Until that one day his face was in the cover of a newspaper, and
I've actually never seen his face. They showed his face.
oh yeah,
in
it
the
was
newspaper.
it was in the article in Rolling Stone, and he seemed like a very simple guy. And after that whole newspaper thing came out, he had to move to a friend's house
Because he was getting bombarded with
the paparazzi
news reporters.
the paparazzi, because he used to live with his mom,
Yeah.
and they were all outside of his house, so he couldn't get out and do whatever he needed to do. So he had to move to a friend's house.
So he's actually like,
He's an introvert, super introvert.
and him being simple is like legitimate. It's true.
It's legitimate.
It's not a front that he's been.
Well, at least
putting
that's
up.
what he said
Okay,
in the interview.
that's cool.
Anyway,
Yeah.
next.
Anyway, enough of Flappy Bird. Oh wait, before we go, there's a If you Google Flappy Toy right now, they're coming up with this Flappy Bird controller. It looks just like Flappy Bird
Okay.
and has a motion sensor inside, and you use it to control Flappy Bird. So it pairs with your
phone.
Yeah, and you can control it by flapping the bird.
Also, instead of
like
tapping,
literally,
you
flap the bird.
they whoever made that obviously did not read the Rolling Stones article.
Yeah.
Because
Anyway.
Dong said the reason why he wanted the game to be that way is because, like, when they're on the train,
Yeah, it's easy for them to play.
you can just play,
Yeah.
tapping with one finger. So.
It's for another market, probably.
Yeah, different.
But yeah, this one you wanted to talk about.
Yes,
I was skeptical of this.
I'm a Kickstarter guy. I like to go there just to see what's new and what the great ideas are. And
especially with
whatever.
video games, since the most money in Kickstarter has been raised in the video game.
Video games,
sector.
movies.
Yeah, video games.
and-
but
and-
video
and-
games is the top, which is surprising.
Gadgets, I think, close second.
Anyway.
So this is a gadget. This is a Neil Young's Pono player, which Johnny Ives' fake Twitter account calls porno player. Anyway,
Porno player.
yeah. It looks like an old iPod.
Looks like a Toblerone that plays music.
It looks like an old iPod from the front, but when you look at the back, it's like a Toblerone.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's an iPod for audiophiles, right? Am I getting that right?
It's for according to them, the creators, Neil Young and engineers, the problem with the music that we listen to on our iPhones, our iPods, and whatever, they're MP3 files.
So they lose some of the quality.
They lose a lot. It's basically they lose 80% of data.
I've seen a lot of comments saying that that's not actually true.
Well, it's not true when it comes to perceived hearing.
Yeah.
But when you have good earphones, good whatever,
And you have the ear for it, I think.
not only that, the device itself has to have the electronics to be able to
Yeah.
bring the sound out.
And I do agree, because a long time ago, before I had my iPod, I bought this Sony MP3 player. It had this weird format. I'm not sure if it was FLAC or proprietary Sony one. It sounded like the greatest thing ever. So much better than my iPod.
And you mentioned FLAC,
yeah.
so they use FLAC.
So it's a FLAC player.
It's a FLAC player.
But can it play MP3s?
I'm not sure. I think it can play anything. It can
Okay.
play any of the normal formats.
But what you want to put is FLAC.
It's FLAC. The purpose is for FLAC. Now, according to the website, they have special electronics that are really meant to make the music sound lifelike.
Yeah.
Because according to them, audiophiles, when they listen to MP3s, it sounds dead.
Does it come with the appropriate headphones?
No, it does not.
So it's like bringing
Here's
your
the
own.
thing. it has two of these holes,
Is
right?
the other one for the thing that audiophiles buy that
One is for the headphones, for earphones,
Yeah.
headphones, whatnot, and the other one is line out
where do you put that?
to your sound system,
To your-
whatever sound system that you have. If
Okay.
you're buying that, you'd probably have really expensive, maybe tube type
Yeah.
setup. Now, what I don't understand, because I'm not an audiophile, is why did they have to separate the headphone jack from the audio out jack? Because
Maybe so you could
for
do,
this, it's the same,
Huh.
right? For the iPhone, it's one jack for both.
I guess audiophiles might have that use
there might
case.
be a
There might
there might be a special electronic component that uses that part,
Yeah, isn't there
which
like
makes
an
it
amp?
sound better. I don't know.
I have a friend who's like really into like audio stuff, and he always talks about getting this amp or whatever. And when he's listening to stuff, there's always this device. Obviously, I don't know anything about
Yeah.
this. He has this device connected to it, so maybe it's for that.
We should probably guess someone who
Yeah.
knows about this more
When
than
it comes
we do.
out, when it comes out,
Yeah. I just really I appreciate the FLAC format. I listen to it. I just don't like that it takes up a song.
So much more space,
A
right?
song at 44.1 kilohertz would be about 50 MB.
That's like
It's a lot.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
We're actually running out of time. Let's go next. South by Southwest. You were saying that. I think this is the most
Party?
the party.
Yeah, the party. Yes.
Would you say this is the most notable thing that happened?
Well, there were two.
Okay. What's the first?
This one's the Snowden one, and prior to this, there was another one, which is of similar. I forgot his name, but he's currently in the embassy. He's stuck in an embassy because if he goes out of the embassy, they'll
Sounds
catch
like you're
him.
talking about Snowden,
Is that Snowden? But
Snowden.
there's another one.
but he's not in the embassy.
Yeah,
don't
there's
know who the other
another
one
one that got cut because Skype was having issues.
Okay, I don't know about this one. Let's talk about.
That's why Snowden didn't go through Skype
Oh, they use something else.
Hangouts.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Anyway, the Snowden thing. What exactly did he say? The video is out there if you want to watch it. I didn't watch it,
I didn't watch it.
so
No, but okay, here's the thing. That I just want to talk about the technology behind this.
okay.
Imagine someone who's wanted, right?
Yeah. Why would you broadcast and talk to people? Like, could you be traced and all that?
Exactly. No, but it's not that. The United States knows where he is,
Yeah, he's in Russia, right?
He's in Russia. But the beauty here is because of technology, this guy who feels like he's on the losing end of the stick, right? I
Feels confident enough to be able to do that.
No, he wants to be able to speak. Whereas maybe 5 years ago, no way.
Yeah.
There would have been. There wouldn't have been
you wouldn't
any
want to
way.
pick up your phone, or you wouldn't
Yeah, there
want to do
wouldn't have been-
anything that
exactly.
could be traced
so,
to you.
I don't want to talk about politics, U.S. politics especially. I don't know,
But the gist of it, he was saying, was he would do it again. And
if he had to do it again,
yeah, and he was saying the conversation that people had because of it is really important.
yes,
So that's the gist of it. I didn't watch it. You should watch it. I think I'm gonna watch it.
yeah,
No.
we should.
Yeah, and then next is
Okay, let's just quick.
This is
thing.
weird.
Yeah,
we didn't have OneNote. So OneNote is coming to Mac apparently.
this month.
This is weird. Okay, the last I heard of anything of that is Microsoft Office is coming to Mac later
Yes.
this year.
Yes,
So why is OneNote coming to the Mac this month?
I think it's Evernote.
Does this mean that OneNote is gonna come with the whole Office suite?
I have no
all at the same
idea.
time?
I think it's coming alone.
That is online or separate?
I don't know. We're gonna see.
That's
But
very
how long
weird.
has Windows had it?
Since I think 2000, maybe even before 2007.
Yeah, so I guess they're seeing that the market, I guess, of the of OS
apps
10
like
is-
Evernote and
Yeah.
all of that. Okay, that'd be interesting.
Okay, next. Okay, can we just talk about this? This happened last night.
Yeah,
The gas leak.
Twitter was just
It was crazy.
all over.
Yeah, and it.
So what happened basically? What are the facts here?
Well,
Two buildings
two apartment buildings blew up
in New York
in New York, and that was it.
because of a gas leak.
Well, yes. Later on, they found out it was a gas leak, But prior to that, there were speculations of terrorism, all this and all
Yeah.
that. But yeah, they found out it was a gas leak, and according to something I read in Mashable, the gas leak, according to a resident, the gas leak started last month.
What?
Yeah.
And why did it only explode last night?
Well, to me, it's not that. It's, hey, if someone knew it was last month, why didn't they?
Maybe just nobody knew, and
But if they said it was last month, then they knew,
that's right. Yeah, if they,
right?
yeah.
So I don't know if there's foul play here or whatever, but
But why would a resident want their building to explode?
exactly.
This is almost as weird as the Malaysia Airlines thing.
Super. But we'll, as more information arrives, we'll
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
talk about it.
This one, I think, biggest Apple news.
Oh yeah, iOS 7.1.
Yeah.
How are you with it? We're over time, by the way, but
Yeah, let's just keep going. I'm really happy with it on the iPad Air.
okay.
Because one of the big things they said was, let's just run down by the
Why
features.
specific?
Because it had, when I started iOS 7
Why
and the
Air?
because here, so many questions. Because the iPad Air 5S and the Mini with Retina display, since they all use the A7, they all have this random rebooting issue. So sometimes I'm just watching TV and then I see my phone off to the side and it just reboots and like,
Yeah.
I didn't even do anything. So it fixes that. So that's one thing.
Yep, I haven't had it since.
Yeah, I haven't had it also. And on the iPad Air, it feels more finished because there were some animations, some movements in the OS that felt like
You saw that they made the animations faster.
they did. I felt it too.
It felt. I think that's why it feels snappier.
Yeah. And there was one specifically, it's a really small one. When you go back to the home screen by using your 5 fingers, you know that shortcut?
Yeah.
It would have this little jitter, and they fixed that. And I was like, wow, you saw that little
So now
detail.
now it's
Now it's
clean.
smooth. Now it's smooth.
It's Apple-y.
Yeah. So,
Okay. According to some sites I read, the 4,
The 4
iPhone
got faster, yeah, that's
it's
what I'm saying.
faster. It used to be unusable,
I had one, and I would recommend just selling your phone, honestly. I don't
but
care.
according to them,
It is faster.
it's
so
usable now.
If you're stuck with an iPhone 4, I guess it'll be more bearable. If you are on iOS 6, though, I would
to
prefer
it?
that you stick with that. It's much faster.
I wouldn't.
Because you want all the
No.
other stuff. The design.
SSH.
Oh, right.
The bug is there.
They plugged it there, too.
In 6?
Yeah.
So you don't have to go to 7 to get
Yep.
the... Oh, okay.
Because they
So
plug
there
the
you go.
older devices that can't go to 7.
That's new. I didn't know about that.
So
Thanks
that's
for that.
cool. Yeah, another thing, they added CarPlay, but we don't have any of those cars. You want to buy
I want the
Ferrari? Yeah.
Just for the CarPlay.
I'm hoping that there will be another way to add that.
Yeah,
to
and
cars.
another thing they added is the in-app purchase settings.
Oh, right.
So now when your kid is playing, there'll be a...
Because before, how it worked was you put in your password and there would be this window of time
15 minutes.
where you wouldn't need to input it again.
Yes.
So theoretically, if your kid says, hey, could you buy this for me, enter your password,
And then immediately he plays or he or
and
she
he
plays,
buys like $1,000 worth,
then
you're screwed.
you're screwed.
So now what happens? There's a warning?
There's a warning. It comes out, you don't have to enter your password within 15 minutes
and it gives you the option to change it.
in the settings.
Yeah. And another thing for 5S users, Touch ID has been fixed, I think.
Yes, it's been easier for me. So before with my left thumb, it was kind of difficult. I'd have to reposition. Now it just works.
Honestly got to the point that I just started using the passcode again.
I did too.
It was really unreliable.
too for a bit.
I would be in the car and I'm like, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
enter the
I
thing.
did too for a bit, but now it's good.
Yeah, and now
So far for me, at least.
So far it's been really good. iPad Air is fixed. I'm sure the Mini Retina is also
Wait,
great.
but why did you specifically say the iPad Air?
Because I don't know. Because of A7 and the random reboot. And Air is the one I
Yeah,
have.
but I think it was worse on the phone.
And Air is the one that you can buy from Beyond the Box.
No, but I
installment
think it was worse
only.
for the phone. That random reboot thing. Imagine, it's a phone. It's a communication device, and it just randomly
Okay, when you're
reboots.
in bed and you're like reading and you're like really into something, you don't want it to reboot either.
Oh, by the way, in bed, guys, in
What?
bed,
Where's this
lying
going?
down flat, with your iPad this way,
Don't drop it.
Please don't do that.
Why?
Please don't do that.
Why?
My brother-in-law broke his
it.
tooth.
Broke his tooth?
Yeah,
Like it chipped
it chipped.
because of the iPad?
But it's fixed now.
What
with the
iPad was
dentist.
this? Was it the Air?
I'm not sure. It could probably be the Air.
I'm sure any
But
iPad
point
is
dude,
capable of
Yeah, point
chipping
is,
your tooth.
yeah, don't do this. Just maybe side view or,
Yeah, or just like in front
find
of
a
you.
different pose.
Chipped his tooth.
Anyway, hey,
That sucks.
I had a post about air conditioners,
Right.
right? And that thing was kind of famous, I guess, because my wife's contacts in Facebook saw it, and it's my age, buying air conditioners, saving money, and all that. Anyway, I came across this article.
It's
It's so beautiful.
I've never.
An ultra flat air conditioner that could be mistaken for artwork. Check that out. Look at that. Look at it. It's 5 inches thick.
It's like Apple made
You
an
hang it
aircon.
on the wall,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have any of those pipes.
How
No
does
tube. I have no idea. And they say it's going to be available soon. And not too far from the amount of a window type air conditioner.
So it's
By
not
the
going to
way,
be outrageously expensive.
they said it won't be, but we'll see. By the way, it also uses inverter technology, so it's
gonna save
It's going to
energy.
save money.
And this
And
is
money.
from LG, right?
It's from LG. It's beautiful.
Can you read the name? What is it called? Has a really cool sounding name.
Yeah, I don't have it right now.
Okay, I have it. It's the Art Cool Stylist Inverter 5 air conditioner.
Beautiful. And
Really cool.
the blue LED changes to red if it's heating the room.
Oh, nice.
And the way it cools or heats the room is there are vents
On the
on
sides.
the sides, so it doesn't just
So
cool
it's-
one
it
area.
spreads,
It spreads.
That is cool.
I think it's a really great invention. I hope it works. I hope it does really well. I want one.
I'm
of
in the
those.
market for a new aircon. I might wait for this.
So are we.
I'm gonna wait for
because-
the Art Cool Stylus Inverter 5.
Okay, I'm gonna break the news. We're
What's-
moving.
What?
We're moving studios.
What is this? Oh, are we breaking this on PutoTech?
Sometime soon.
Okay, so breaking news: New Media Factory is moving to a new studio.
Really soon.
This month? Would you say? This
No,
month?
maybe next month.
Maybe next month. So stay tuned for that.
Anyway, we're super out of time. We're past our time.
Yeah, super duper out of time. Let's just end this already. Just really quick. Download 3, super fun. Yeah, if you wanna contact us, we haven't been getting questions. Threes for
Threes.
Yeah,
The
just
game.
The game. Three is the game.
iOS only.
iOS and just recently Android since last night.
Okay.
So download
there you
that.
go. Download threes.
You have no choice. Questions, tips. We haven't been getting any, so please send them.
I think you know what? I think our listeners are really smart.
Just
They
super
don't have
smart,
any
right?
questions.
Or
Yeah.
they're shy. That too. Anyway,
I
just
don't think so. I
Please,
think they're just really smart.
please send them putotech.com/contact, or you can just find all the details in the description below. And if you enjoyed the show, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. Which channel would they subscribe to? NMF or PutoTech?
Oh,
Both.
Sorry, we moved it. We started it with a PutoTech channel. We're sorry about that. We kind of moved the last episode back to NMF, and it will stay there for a while.
For a while.
Until we're ready to move it back to PutoTech. But for now, just please follow,
Subscribe to
to
NMF's
NMF
YouTube channel.
NMF Network.
NMF Network
YouTube.
on YouTube. Or if you want, on PutoTech also. For
Yeah.
fun, if you want. And then we're also on iTunes. Just search for PutoTech. And like the video.
Guys, please interact with us. We want to
Yeah,
talk
we
to
really
you guys.
want more questions.
We want questions. We want to
Really want
answer.
more questions.
We'll make videos to help to explain ourselves better. All that. There you
Yeah. Okay. That's it. Bye, putos.
go. Bye, putos.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.